everyone, how's it going? It is Saturday morning here on the farm, and today we got a little bit different video. Not going to be working in the field, I'm going to be working in the shop. And basically, as a farmer, in the winter the field work slows down and the shop work picks up. But today, not working on farm equipment, working on one of my personal projects, and between me and my brother we have quite a few of them, but this is one that I've been working on for about 4 years now. It's something I've always wanted to do, never got it done. And after I graduated college, a family friend came to us and said he's got this pickup and he wanted to sell it, and he's like, you guys want it? So I went over and looked at it, and I ended up buying it and tore it apart. I did not think I was going to tear it down to the frame, and 2 weeks later it was completely tore down because I just kept finding little bits more here and there. The original plan was to kind of fix it, drive it, because the brakes weren't working. There was a few other things, but I did drive it home, which I guess back roads, you don't really need brakes. And being a manual, I could kind of slow down. So picked this thing up, brought it home. Within 2 weeks, had it tore down and started. And I didn't know where I was going with it, but I didn't rush anything. I tried to do everything right. So brings us to today. I always wanted to have video footage of this thing and have be able to look back on what I did and everything, but I never really did it. So I'm starting here and I'm hoping to get it done this winter. So I'm gonna do a few videos of this thing, hopefully, and get it done because it needs to get done. So let's start from the top. The pickup is a 1979 Ford F350. It was a Ranger XLT. And like I said, it is a true F350, so it does have a Dana 60 front end. That is basically the reason why I ended up with this pickup. I wasn't keen on 78 and 9, the years. Basically the grill was, but I've come to love it a lot more now. But I wasn't at the time, I wasn't in love with that grill. I liked the 73 to 75 grills, but whatever. So tore it down to the frame, sandblasted it, coated it, and started from there. Ended up getting a rough country lift, 4-inch lift. I went, basically at the time, it's what I could afford, and I went cheap. Didn't even get rear leafs. I got add blocks, and I don't think that I'm gonna keep that, but I'll probably end up redoing the whole rear suspension and that rear axle after I show you what's in there, because I do not think that the torque, I don't think that thing can handle the torque, but we will see. I'll probably run it until I blow it up. But that'll probably all change sooner or later. Basically, this pickup came factory 400, oh shoot, what do they call it? I don't know. It's a 400 cubic inch. I'm not sure what family the block was in or whatever, but it was a 400 Ford, 4-speed, and a MP205 big heavy transfer case. And when I got the pickup, it had a 429 4-speed MP205. So I never even had the 400. But basically, this is what's in it now. It is a 12-valve Cummins out of a 95 Dodge. I then found a guy that had a transmission and a adapter plate for sale. And this is a ZF5 Ford, 5-speed out of a mid-90s Ford. So I got the clutch, the bell housing adapter, the transmission, and I ended up getting a Borg-Warner 1356, I believe, transmission or transfer case, and I threw that all together and stuffed it in here. And I ended up building my own motor or engine mounts, not motor mounts. People get all technical, but built my own engine mounts, transmission mount, and all the jazz to get it in here. I had some problems. You know, this is such a long engine that it's very tight back there, but it'll work. And the AC pump, basically had to cut out the front cross member and rebuilt that, put in a new one. Air-to-air intercooler, I had to, this is out of a Power Stroke. Yeah, like a 99 Power Stroke. Because I think the 99 had these aluminum end caps, and I'm not sure, I mean, don't quote me on that, but I think the newer Super Duties ended up having plastic ones. So I ended up finding a 99 at a junkyard, and I got to build mounts for that. This isn't, I got bottom mounts built, but I don't have top to hold it in. But it's kind of all just sitting there. But basically, early this last spring, I sent it up to a family friend that we have that does paint and body work, and he ended up finishing up the body work. I did quite a bit of it on my own with my brother's help, and our whole plan was to paint it ourselves, but we aren't really set up for it, even though we still do it. And this guy's like, hey, if you get it to me, I can have it done quick, because he had like 2 weeks before his next project was coming in. So I was like, screw it, send it to him, get it done. Well, long story short, I bought cheap paint and clear coat. And advice to you guys, if you do that, or don't do that unless it's something that you really don't care about. But I should have never gave that product to him, but I did, and we ended up using it, and I should have just paid the extra money. I mean, it would have been quite a bit more money, but what I get to later, it would have been worth it. So sent it up to him, and the paint didn't turn out the way we wanted it to. I ended up breaking through the clear coat over there on that side, basically on this edge. So we had to get back and or have to touch up that paint and then re-clear this. So basically that's what we did. We got the fenders and the hood done now, which I'll show you. We did this a couple nights ago, ended up re-clearing it, and I just got done. I basically have this wet sanded, and I buffed it once. Got to buff it with fine cut, but there were some runs in it, but I think it turned out really well. We ended up going with the coat that I should have gone with the first time, and I think it turned out great, and I think it'll be quite a bit more durable. Here's the other fender all done. It's a silver paint. Once I get it outside, maybe I'll get a little bit better view. There's the hood. Hood's kind of half done. And like I said, we did this in our custom paint booth here. Pretty fancy. So it's not perfect at all, but it's not going to be a perfect pickup. This is going to be a daily driver. So let's get back to the pickup. Ended up going with a fast fuel pump. Big oversized tank. I don't remember where I got that. I think it's a Spectra tank. I'm not sure. I think it's like 30 some gallons, but it's big enough for what I need. Ended up going with a draw straw. Had to custom build all that into there. Custom fuel send, because this is where the sending unit and pickup tube was originally. So I don't have a sending unit, so I ended up getting a custom. I ended up going with gauges, custom aftermarket gauges, so I ended up getting a fuel sending unit from them. But I got wheels and tires all picked out. Just haven't ordered them. I ended up to get the engine to fit. It wasn't necessary, but it gave me more clearance with the pickup. But I ended up doing a 1-inch body lift, which nothing's tight, so don't worry about it. But I ended up building my own body lift, which isn't much, but it's just, I wanted, the body lifts that you could buy were like 3 inches. I was like, I hate the look of body lifts. think they look stupid and I think they're dumb. But anyways, to each their own. And so I just built 1-inch spacer blocks that I did here for cheap. And that's what I ended up doing. So I have 4 inches of lift and 1 inch of body lift. And I'm gonna end up going with I'm gonna probably end up sometime or another building a front bumper. I built a flatbed for the rear, all custom. I bought plans from offline, and basically I had to modify it a little bit to fit this pickup, but other than that, it was pretty straightforward. But I'll show you guys that maybe in a different video. Yeah, it's just a pickup, but I basically the point of this video was to go over everything I've done so far, and then from here on out you'll see me progressing and hopefully progressing and getting this thing done before spring. And I'm hoping by uploading this video that it keeps me honest and keeps me going on it, because I'm sick and tired of looking at this thing in the shop and I just want to drive it. So that's where we stand on this. Basically, fenders done, hood half done. Just got there's a couple runs, which we had runs in the fenders too, but I guess that's how you know you got enough on. But got to fix some runs on this side, buff it out, wet sand it, buff it. Hood will be done. And then all we got left is the doors and the cab. And hopefully within the next, I don't know, hopefully next week we can get this in between farming activities, because we still got a little bit of field work to do. But sprayer's all put away. We just are spreading some gypsum with a spreader truck. And then all the farm work will be done, and it will be hammer down on this thing. Hopefully get it done in between other farm stuff, but yeah. So that's it. Oh, and basically whatever. So basically that's it. That's all I wanted to show you guys. Hopefully I'll get another video uploaded next week if I make progress on this. But yeah, so that's basically it. I just wanted to show you guys the pickup and what it all entails, what I've done so far, and where I plan to go with it. So that's it. That's gonna wrap up this video. If you guys like it, click the like button, subscribe, whatever, come back, stay tuned, because hopefully this winter, this pickup is getting done. So, see you guys later.